Good afternoon. My name is Nestor Fabian Diaz. I study at the Open University and English at a distance. The topic: all people should have the right to own weapons. I choose this topic since the conflict that exists as a result of the implements seems interesting to me. Also, to identify if a person can use a weapon or not, what risks and what filters can be done for these cases, how to determine your mood, and what you can do in extreme moments. Among the ideas that caught my attention in the text are the following: vehement opposition to Obama's new measures is fueled by a deeply flawed and inflexible ideology of guns and society, even as Americans becoming more liberal on the issue of guns regulations. The right wing continues to hold on to their guns as they unite against to so-called suppression of government. Rallies have been held across the United States in defense of the lack of strong legislation, including at the Capitol building in St. Paul. His rhetoric is far from the truth. None of proposals the president made during his recent gun press conference advocate taking them away. He proposed banning assault weapons, but this would not necessarily ban today is privately owned assault weapons. The same goes for limiting clips to 10 rounds. Nothing in any of Obama's proposals even hints at confiscation of weapons. Also, take the text in the National Congressional Radio Post. Given the increase in criminal and violent acts that have occurred in Bogota in recent weeks, a group of congressmen filed a bill on Wednesday that proposes to eliminate the special carrying of weapons, which would make their use more flexible in the country. The initiative, which was presented by the Senator Maria Fernanda Cabal, was Representative Cristian Garcés, belonging to the Centro Democrático Party, has generated diverse opinions about the viability of this measure and its consequences. At radionacional.co, we consult the opinions of different sectors and interview Congresswoman Cabal defended her initiative, assuring that the crime rate has surpassed and arguing that the Constitution grants to the right to self-defense. However, she maintained that carrying a legal weapon does not mean that crime will be committed. Being armed serves to protect my life because I cannot have a policeman next to me and the army accompany me in each displacement. If the offered knows that there is a probability that this civilian is armed, he will think twice. He noted the senator pointed out that today more than 2,500 million weapons are illegal. That is crime that is once, while the state it ties the citizen hands with the excuse that it is better to be unarmed, she said. Cabal specified that before there was a permit and safe conduct for the possession and carrying of weapons, which was more flexible. In this way, about 400,000 citizens had permission to use and carry it. If you have the use, there are people who cannot carry it, but if you have bearing, you have bought, she said. However, she art by implementing the figure of special bearing, it was prohibited. So what the figure of 400,000 people was reduced to 6,000. But in any case, they continue to be charged. A state that does not allow to you defend yourself, but at the same time charge you for use and transport by prohibiting it, criminal rates skyrocket because the seizure of illegal weapons has not been progressive as if it has been the use of that illegally in weapons. So we citizens are exposed today, he stressed. The monopoly of arms does not consist only in the approval of that the prepared body of public servants can use them, but to have that type of restrictions that in our country and others have worked to limit the carrying and possession of weapons. Weapons, he explained. Finally, in the clear that use of weapons should not be legalized because there is a risk in the way which a human being takes external things that happen to him. It's not possible to guess in what way he will act according to the circumstance.